1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that seemed to come through pretty clear.
That's coming through very clear.
Awesome.
Good little spot too.
It is.
Too loud or is it right?
For me, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, fingers crossed.
That's actually a lot nicer than what we use at Diamond Valley.
Yeah. Well, you might use the one that they provide, NBL1,
Yeah.
but we have it for WNBL and stuff. So
Oh, beautiful.
It's a better quality.
yeah.
So you're going to sound a lot more clearer too, which is good.
Yeah, it does sound super clear coming through the headset. I can hear my voice and it's freaking me out. It's not the sort of thing you hear very often.
So we'll go. What we do is usually wait for the anthems, and we'll go probably at the 3-minute mark with the warm-up clock left.
Yep.
And then you guys can win it as you go. Like I said, I'm not too stressed about how you guys go today, as long as you sort of tick all the boxes and that sort of stuff. But I'm sure you'll be fine if you're doing it all season. I'm sure your experience will be right. So yeah, the worst comes to worst, I'll pick you up. Yeah, no, that's a hard thing.
My wife and I go to all the games, talk about it all the time, talk about all the tactics and stuff. It's just they've had to actually say it to people that you've never seen before.
Yeah, well, you can't see at all, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not doing any underlining or anything like that. Highlighting.
Thank you. I'm just going to separate these so I can see both things at once.
Yep. So that's...
So how come you get all the hype stuff there, but then not here?
I normally over-prepare everything.
I wouldn't say captain, but that's not true.
I didn't know how to do it, so I just... Yeah. So for a big country and
Youth league.
youth league player. Sorry, Jamie said you were captain. I said, like, I don't believe half the stuff he says.
Not that good. Yeah, so there's no big thing. That's hopefully next year. But yeah,
So big country and big metro, basketball for the youth league.
youth league, yeah.
Youth league, yep. I actually gave you the good copy too, because I ran out of black on my printer.
Yeah.
So that's why I highlighted everything else in blue.
Alright, so is there anybody that's not like been played for or not like been played on?
So Beck Cole's not playing.
So
We know that because she played 3x3 hustle, I know that. Shame because she's been averaging 13.5 points.
as she would be, I mean, she is a pretty good player.
Yep. I think last week, who was it last week? Planeta actually scored 38 points last week against Frankfurt, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you had up here 38.
38 points, 14 rebounds and 4 assists.
Pretty good stuff, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, wouldn't mind the rest, I'm sure. 38 minutes on the clock.
Maybe Clydesdale. You use socials much? Like Facebook and Twitter?
I am on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the other two?
I don't need people watching my life. There's nothing important happening, nothing exciting, so...
No, fair enough.
And get on Twitter, I have nothing important to say, so...
Fair enough.
But I'm pretty sure that Jamie would.
Jamie does not have Twitter.
Whoa, really?
I know,
He's got a lot of opinions, so...
he's like, oh, yeah, Twitter's not for me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, mate, he's got a Twitter account.
I think I have one, I just don't remember looking for it.
See, I am on Twitter. Also, because I work in the media for a living,
Yeah, so it's important to have...
I've got 100 followers close to it.
yeah, put it out there.
Yep.
watched soccer for so long. I can't do it. I tried. It's just, oh.
When it's normally a lull play, I normally just banter with my co-commentator
Yeah.
until something interesting happens, or we just sort of run off.
Is that like the entire game?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've tried watching it. I was in Sweden for the World Cup last year, and in Sweden they're all about the World Cup. And we went and checked out a few games, and I was just like, yeah, I still don't, still can't get into it. Just, yeah. I guess it's the basketball in me with the shot clock. It's just like 20 seconds, 24 seconds to do something for a soccer. It's just like,
great.
yay.
I told my mate yesterday, I'm like, I was saying about the 3-1-3 hustles, like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's a quicker version of the basketball.
Yeah,
He's like,
it's more insane version of basketball.
he's like, well, basketball's fast enough as it is. It's like, why do
Yeah.
they need 3 players on court? Like, well, that's the 3x3. It's
Yeah.
3 players on court.
It opens the court up. It's only
Yeah.
half court, so it opens it, the space up, gives you more opportunity to score, gives you more opportunity to just do things.
I said that to him. He's like,
Yeah.
why do they need a faster game? It's fast enough as it is. I'm like, because
Oh, it is tiring to watch.
I'm like, there's not enough basketball in a lot of families. Like, oh, I think there is.
But it's also a very niche market. Like,
Yeah.
3x3 is for certain players. Certain players it suits better than others. So yeah, I mean, I think Jamie will set her team next year.
Yeah, you told me that.
So I'm just like, yeah. Aspirations are a bit high, mate. Bring it back down. How many people normally watch this stuff?
This one,
Yeah.
a couple hundred. Normally, I think YouTube is where they normally go as well.
Yeah. Alright. Good. Trying to bring out the charisma. And see. Because I'm doing psychology at uni, so the number of times you have to do presentations on random shit, and you have to sound interesting about something that's could be anything. Who knows? No one knows about it. So I guess you should do well for this.
Oops, hold on. That is my bad version of that paper for me. My printer decided to print off an extra copy for some stupid reason, so
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like here because I was trying to find my printer before I came down here too.
Yeah. Okay.
Because sometimes my printer will not.
Our printer, we ran out of ink, put new ink in there, now it doesn't work. And it was like, spent $100 in ink. What do you want from me?
Because I bought the printer for $20-something at Good Guys.
Yeah.
My car looked
That's
at.
probably the reason why.
And so the black went, and I thought, okay, how many other printers without going into black? And I thought, stuff it, I'll just
Go colour.
go colour. I've got plenty of colour still left, so I'll go, okay, stuff it, let's do blue.
Yeah.
Blue's the primary colour like black and red.
But it uses blue as one of their backup toner colours.
Yeah.
So I just print out at work. We bought our printer like $100 and set up Office Works. It runs out of ink all the time, and it's so expensive to change the ink over. And you're just like, alright, tried our best.
I'm probably gonna whinge at the media guy James tomorrow. I'm like, hey, can I print some shit off before we go on air, please?
Because Diamond Valley play tomorrow, don't they?
Alright?
Do Diamond Valley play? Oh yeah, they do, because Jamie's doing the game. And they were playing straight afterwards. I think he's managed to score away some tickets, so.
I'm gonna catch up with him for breakfast tomorrow morning. So he's gonna be a bit of a diva. I'm gonna see him tomorrow morning at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Bit of a diva.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god, it's still too early to deal with your shit.
And we're getting ready for like the training together. He wanted to go get a coffee. I'm like, seriously? What do you get coffee for, man? Leaderboards. what could they get instead? They reckon they've got someone already. They haven't announced who. So that's one. With over 7. Where is it? NBL. See what's making the rounds on the NBL website. Yeah, CJ Bruton doing some league coaching for Toronto
I did see that.
as well. That's what I was talking about there. Yeah, a few of the coaches getting spots up there too.
It's good for CJ too.
Yeah. He's a lovely guy.
So it could be a blessing and a curse for the Bullets, not signing a marquee player, but having one of their assistant coaches sort of come back to report going, okay, so this is how the Raptors do their stuff normally.
Yeah. It's nice to see what a championship organisation does
Yep.
in the biggest league in the world. Bringing that culture back to Brisbane, hopefully helping them get over that hump.
Yep. We'll go around the grounds too, because there's a few games tonight,
Yep.
including Darling Valley's playing tonight against Ballarat.
Okay. And Melbourne's playing right now.
Oh, they played last night,
Oh, is that last
and
night?
they won. The women's team won 87-79. I think their men's team lost though.
Oh, what a shame.
We got this one, Sabres and the Supercats.
I love how my phone's telling me that it's about to be on. I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm here.
Spectres and the Hawks.
Yep.
Albury, Frankston, Ballarat, Darling Valley. And the Tigers are playing Hobart Huskies over in Hobart. Eltham and Bendigo.
Hope Eltham loses.
I hope so too.
As a former Eltham junior, I hate the Wildcats and I hope they get smacked so hard. Yeah, that was a big shock for me. The whole Jacob Wiley situation. I was not ready for him to get bought out by Greece, like Greek team. You see, the NBA players like Garrett Colson retired to follow religious purpose or something. Like wants to help those that are less fortunate, things like that.
Sounds just as bad as bloody with Meta World Peace. Like,
He would rename himself recently like Hand or something.
yeah, Pat.
Not on our test. But
Didn't he do like? Yeah, I was gonna say, he got banned for a season, but
punched you in the crowd.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, didn't he assault someone in the crowd and got suspended?
Yeah, so he got into a fight with Ben Wallace. Did a hard foul, trying to close out the game. They started a fight, big scuffle. They had everyone on the side. The referees trying to figure out what to do. Some idiot from the crowd threw a cup full of ice, smacked him in the face, ran up there, and then everyone went in the crowd. So Ben Wallace got banned for like 20 games or something. Stephen Jackson got banned for 20 games. The whole evening's got dropped out. The game got cancelled.
I still can't believe the Lakers at one point in time had Kobe Bryant, Lamar Odom, and Meta World Peace in their side. What the absolute F.
I don't even know how they survived last season with Michael Beasley, Rondo, and Jay on the game.
Good evening and welcome to Dandenong Basketball Stadium for our double header tonight with 5th place Dandenong Rangers taking on the 7th place Kilsyth Cobras in what should be a close encounter with both sides pressing hard for the finals. I'm Michael Thompson in commentary tonight here, and my expert tonight is former Victorian Youth League basketballer Elliot Jennings. Elliot, good evening and welcome aboard.
Thank you very much for having me. Looking forward to a very exciting game tonight.
We'll look at last week's results really quick before we get into some NBL news. Rangers beat the Frankston Blues in the women's by 9, 86-77 in a very close encounter there. We also saw Kilsyth just go down to Nuttawat in 78-71, but they had to fight back for their one.
Yeah, I guess it's very, very close games. Dandenong coming out very well. Colleen Planeta, played very well. 38 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. Amy Clydesdale, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Fantastic effort, helping them get the win out there.
And they're working hard as well without Beck Cole, who's still in Europe. She's just done some 3x3 hustle over there in Europe, I think representing Australia in the World Cup over there. And so they've had to pick it up a little bit. I know Clydesdale's played well, Gillian's played well. As I said last week as well, Plenta had a lot of the ball, 38 minutes on court for the Rangers. If you look at the Cobras though, they went down by 7. Being told as well that Amy Clydesdale is out of this one too, so
big loss.
It's another big loss for the Rangers. Cobras went down to the Spectres by 7 points, had to fight back into the game, only putting 9 points on after the first.
Yeah, Clara Wisher with the best for the Cobras at 26 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. And Lauren Nicholson with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. There's some very important stats there, helping them get the win, keeping them in touch for the finals.
And you look at some of the stats too, we've got is, Cobras went 26 for 70 from the field, 18 for 49 from inside the paint, 8 for 21, 38% from deep. From the line though of free throws, 11 to 13, 84%, 43 rebounds, 17 assists, 4 steals. The Rangers, 33 from 71 from the field, 55% from the paint and 29% from the deep against the Blues. Not bad stats, are they?
Not at all. I mean, shooting that well from the paint for the Rangers is key. I guess you've got the height of Anstey out there, it's going to be important getting those easy baskets. And, from the Cobras, that three-point shooting is going to be key tonight. So
look as well, 48 rebounds, 27 assists and 8 steals from that game as well. The Rangers looked absolutely dominant from there.
Beautiful team.
Looking forward to what's going to happen over the course of the next 2 games. We've got the men's game as well, and we've got a few basketball games happening during our Super Saturday, which is always good to have a look at.
Yeah, we'll keep in contact with those throughout the night, and yeah.
Bit of NBL news coming around as well that CJ Brunton is currently at the Toronto Raptors.
For the Summer League?
Yeah, which is good.
It'd be good for them to bring some of that culture back to the NBL and help Brisbane get over that hump, hopefully, see how it's done over in the big leagues. So.
Well, you spoke to me about it off air as well, with the marquee not being signed as well from the Brisbane Bullets. Which
right, it's a big news over there. Lamar Patterson being
Lamar Patterson.
And also declining to re-sign Cam Besto, saying they want to get more athletic, a bit younger, saying it just doesn't quite fit where they're going. It's a bit of a loss, but we'll see who they pick up in the short term.
And I'm looking forward as well to hopefully, potentially, we're seeing a team maybe in Tasmania. I know that the NBL were in Tassie and they're sort of going to say, okay, we're going to look for maybe getting a team here, which would be really fantastic for the league and fantastic for the great little Apple Isle.
Exactly. I mean, you've got players like Chris Gordon coming from Tasmania. It's nice to open that extra pathway up and give another avenue for some of these younger guys to come through.
We're about to start this one. It's going to be Sarah Booth taking on Ashley McBean in the jump ball here. Cobras win this one, going to Nicholson first up. See what the Cobras can do. As said, only 9 points to the first quarter last week against the Spectres. They had to fight for majority of the game last week.
Screen set there.
Good start here from the Cobras. They're going to go inside here, and this is with Burgoyne. Ball now, 3-point opportunity here. Great start there from Tassari.
Nice little boxing out from Mr. Anstey there.
Anstey going for a bit of a run. Couldn't get her bearings on that one, was last step ho, and the ball goes out. So baseline ball goes to the Cobras. 9:30 left and still 0 on this one.
That was a right option though, trying to get that fast break going.
Ball with Tassari. Goes from back court to front court. Good pass over to O'Donnell. Over to Wisher.
Oh, beautiful cut.
Beautiful stuff there, and good stuff there for
beautiful
the Cobras.
Pass too.
Nicholson getting the first 2 points of this one. 2-0, 9-12 left in the first. Ball with Taylor Gillum. Didn't do too badly last week. Gillum as well for Danny over Frankston.
Yeah, had 16 points. So Good little effort there.
Planenta, she's going to have a big game as well, with hearing the news that Clydesdale was a late withdrawal from this one. And
also missing Beck Cole.
And missing Beck Cole as well. And Sarah Booth gets the 2 points. Good rebound there, offensive rebound from the Cobras. And first 4 points go to the away team.
Yep. Some beautiful ball movement too. That fast break came from a long outlet pass. The first 2 points coming off a beautiful cut to the basket, a nice little inbound pass.
Rangers still can't get first points of this one. Hits the rim. Great rebounding there from Tassari. Again, the Cobras are just doing all the attacking at the moment. Rangers need a bit more composure here.
Nice
And
pass.
So close. Couldn't do so.
Couldn't quite finish it off, but right ideas.
And again, I think the Cobras have just spooked the Rangers early on this one. They're going to get the first 6 points of this one. That goes through Lauren Nichols.
And all 3 shots come straight at the basket.
Inside the paint too, which you don't do.
Nothing forced. Dandenong looking a bit stagnant on offense.
Need to look better in defense. Can they get the first 2 points? They can definitely hear good stuff there from Ashley McBean. Getting the first 2 points of this one. 6-2, 7:45 left in the first. Cobras just dictating this possession.
Lots of movement on offense. Always good to see.
Deep 2 there, failed there from the Cobras through Sarah Booth. Hasn't had that bad of a season either. Quick one here from Gilliam, couldn't do so. Hit the backboard and that's about it. And yet another rebound for the Cobras. So they're racking up the rebounds early on this one. Ball now at 3 points. Land for the Cobras. They're going to try and go within the paint. 3-point opportunity now for Wisher. Carla Wisher couldn't do so.
And that's what attacking the basket does. It opens it up for the shooters outside. So when you saw that drive there, everyone just collapsed on it, left the shooter wide open. And that's the benefit of having all those baskets, all those points in the paint really early on.
First foul being called. Be baseline ball to the Cobras. Be taken by Rebecca O'Donnell. She'll one over to Booth. Over to Nicholson. O'Donnell from deep couldn't do so. And the Cobras can rebound again. Or with Wisher. Here for
Beautiful work in
Booth.
the post.
And Booth again looking dangerous as well. If she gets into a bit of space, Sarah Booth, she's looking a lot dangerous as a centre. Not only that, but she's also got a shooting guard on as well.
And Dandenong kind of have to watch out how they're defending in the middle because all they're doing is giving up all these baskets at the paint. Points at the basket.
Good stuff there from Chlorine Planeta. Found nothing but net there, which is good.
Nice little seal down low.
The whistle being called again. So 8-4, 6:24 left in the first.
And again, that was as a result of all the attacking the basket. Everyone had to close out late and just had to foul the shooter at the basket because there's nothing else they could do.
Ellie Morgan coming on for last hair pose, going to sit down. So first minutes here for Morgan. '16-year-old guard for the Rangers. We see Booth get the first points off her free throw from the line. They went 13 from 20. Sorry, they went 11 from 13. So they're pretty on song when he comes from the line. Not this time. So Booth, 1 of 2. So they're at 50% at the moment from the line of the Cobras.
That was key last week, having that 11 of 13 from the line.
Sort of
All those
saved
3
them.
points.
Gillam couldn't get on the back door there. And again, another defensive rebound. And trying to count now, there's about 8 or 9 rebounds in this first quarter alone from the Cobras.
Yeah, and even some offensive rebounds. They're not really being challenged yet.
Booth again, a bit more space, and she's up to 6 points now for the game.
She's pretty much having her way out there. Dandenong need to find a way to stop her quick.
11-4 in favour of the Cobras in this one. Ball with Gilliam. If she get it, she can. And she can also go to the line for an extra as well and try and cut this margin back to 4. So good stuff there from Taylor Gilliam to draw the foul. And hopefully pays dividends for her and the Rangers.
Yeah, so she had 16 points last week, so it's good for her to get off to a nice start tonight.
She can convert as well. So the margin now back to 4 points. Cobras still got a 4-point lead. What can they do? Set up defensively here, and good switch there from Clara Wisher.
Just running off the off-ball screen, got herself nice and open. Seemed a bit surprised actually with all the space that she had. Kind of hesitated on the shot.
26 points last week against the Spectres was Clara Wisher. Gillam. She'll find a running mate in Planenta. And the ball will go over the backboard and out. So it'll be baseline ball for the Cobras. 5:07 left. 13 points to 7, and Kilsyth taking that early 6-point leads.
Looking really good at the moment, Kilsyth. Their ball movement on offense is amazing. They're seeing some really nice screens. They're finding all the space. Even on defense, they're not really getting beaten much. But that being said, you know, there's still a lot of time in this game and a lot of things can change. Dandenong will make the changes, I'm sure, and get back into this.
O'Donnell for 3, couldn't do so, hits the rim. Can the Rangers get a rebound from here? They can definitely successfully through Planenta. Their way now through Gillam. Passes over. And that was Anstey. She passed over and a foul's being called again, which is good. So
it's 2 shots, I think.
Another opportunity for the Rangers to cut the margin back to 4 points.
You have to shoot a lot better than they did last week, though. That's 61% from the line last Friday, or last weekend.
Isabel Anstey, daughter of basketball great Chris Anstey.
One of the greatest Australian basketballers of all time.
Averaging 4.9 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, 1.9 assists. And she got 2 there, which is good, and 40% field goals. So she's at 100%, and the margin is cut back to 4 points, 13-9, 4:37 left in the first. Ball with Booth. She'll find Nicholson. Gets through Gillam. Dodges, weaves, finds the bucket as well.
A very nice screen set by Sarah Booth.
And she can really play more as that decoy, can't she, a little bit, Sarah Booth?
Yeah, well, early on she's had 6 points, so the Dandenong defense is looking out for her. They're watching for her. They're watching her rolling off the screens, watching for her to slip. So that takes the attention off the ball handler. And like you saw there, both of them came up, both defenders came up, tried to follow her, left her man or her opponent wide open, and yeah.
Emily Fritters coming on for Sarah Booth, who's going to take a spell.
Well-earned break.
Absolutely. Planeta. Side steps, couldn't do so, didn't have anyone to grab the offensive rebound. And Cobras again are away. Nicholson was thinking 3. She'll pass off to Kamak. Over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's thinking from the line. Beautiful hit as well again from Rebecca O'Donnell.
Got a bit too much space there again.
And the margin is at 8 points, 17-9, 3:50 left in the first. Gillam. Gets the ball back from Planenta. She's been very quiet so far, calling Planenta.
I think it's her 3rd shot, and none of them have yet hit the bottom of the net, so I'm sure it'll change later on, but...
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Nicholson couldn't get through a wall of Rangers players there. O'Donnell. To Fritters, who lost her footing temporarily. O'Donnell's going to go for 3. Hits the rim. Back over to Fritters. Ball with Mathers. Good pressure there from the Rangers.
Forced a baseline shot, but they gave up too many offensive rebounds there.
They did. About 3 or 4 from memory.
Yeah. They just need to start boxing out. That's one of the biggest problems in this game so far is they keep giving up second chance points.
You got Gillam over to Morgan. She'll lose possession of that ball and go back to the Cobras. 2:51 left here in the first, 17-9, and seeing a few more substitutions now. We're seeing Planeta take a spell, and timeout's being called by the Cobras, 17-9. So what have you sort of made for that first little part there, Elliot?
So we've got some beautiful ball movement from Kilsyth on offense. They're setting some screens, they're cutting really hard. There's constant movement, there's no stagnant movement there. Dandenong just aren't able to stop the penetration. The ball's constantly ending up in the key, even if it means they're kicking it out to a shooter later on, but they're getting where they want, they're getting what they want when they want, and we're seeing it on the scoreboard. Dandenong, not quite the same on offense, they're very stagnant, there's not a lot of movement going on there. There's a lot of single screen and then attacking the basket. There's no real kicking the ball out, no movement. Defensively, Kilsyth are beating to the spots, beating to where they want to go. Dandenong, if they want to turn this around, they just start boxing out. They're just giving up too many rebounds offensively and defensively.
I think Gilliam as well is probably the only one that stands out so far for the Rangers. She's working really hard from backcourt to front court.
Exactly. She's had about 4 or 5 different drives that she's got right to the basket. Hasn't quite finished them all off. She had that beautiful and one before. but she's just not quite getting them. Planetta is still looking for her first shot. She's getting some good shots out there. They're just not quite going in. So
0 from 3 so far for Colleen Planeta.
Yep. So there's a few things to change there. They're not out of it by any stretch. 17-9 this early in the game. It's easy to turn around, but they need to start making changes soon. Otherwise, it might get out of hand quickly.
It's definitely something that Samantha Woosum would have spoken to the girls about during the week as well, that if we can start well against a team like Dandenong, we should be in.
Exactly. I mean, both teams are fighting hard for the finals at this point, so every win is key, and this game, where they're both very similarly placed, very important to get ahead of the other team. So
Mathers passing off to Kamak. Good pass over to Fritters. Here's Nicholson. She's been good. Over. Points here. Foul's been called.
And again, they just failed to stop the penetration, and the kick out left it wide open. They got what they wanted again.
Mathers going to the line for 2 here. And again, Rangers giving up another easy foul early on this one.
On a layup too. If you're going to foul somebody, don't let them get that shot off either.
Ball with Taylor Mathers. She'll get the first shot there and extend the margin by 9. She'll get the second as well. And for the first time in this game, we're going to double digits with the lead going 19-9 in favour. And here's Gilliam now going for another drive. Can she get the bucket? She can't find it this time.
Kilsyth switched it up with a full court man.
Yep.
Full court press even.
Nicholson going all out. Did well there, Lauren Nicholson.
Yeah, it was tough D, but again, too close to the basket reduces the margin of error. Dandenong have to stop getting that close.
21-9. Panic stations not yet for the team in green.
Not far off though.
Not exactly. Ball back over to Anstey. She tried to go for 3 there, couldn't do so.
Bit of a rush shot. Pretty sure it's not the option Dandenong were looking for at that time.
Not at all. As we get into our last 2 minutes.
Beautiful D there.
Oh, beautiful stuff there from Morgan. And it paid off well there for a 2 because the margin cut back to 10. They needed that.
It was a very good effort, getting up there, pushing up high where her teammates were dropping back and attacking the basket. But again, that easy pass into the key.
Mathers, she get it back out to 12 she can. She did it as well.
Timeout.
Quick timeout there from the Rangers. 1:39 left here in the first.
But all that hard work from Ellie Morgan just undone by lazy defense. You let someone cut baseline, post up, the pass goes right there. And it was a tough shot, but again, too close to the basket.
It was a great steal though.
That was beautiful D. Got right up in there, pressured hard. And then to be able to finish on that pressure, once you get that turnover, it's one-on-one. Being able to attack that basket while that person's still in between you and the basket.
8 steals last week as well against the Blues. That's their first steal of the game. And they're going to hopefully try and get a zone going from this timeout to try and stop the Cobras.
Yeah, that penetration inside, they just need to stop that. Kilsyth haven't had to take many shots. They've taken a few outside shots, but they haven't needed to. Everything they've had pretty much has been at the basket. So Dandenong need to find a way to stop that.
23-11 if you've just joined us. 1:39 left here in the first. Michael Thompson and Elliot Jennings with you for this game as well as the men's game, which will tip off at 7 p.m. Crowd slowly starting to build here at Dandenong Basketball Stadium. It's a lot nicer inside than it is outside at the moment.
Yeah, you can still hear the rain out there at the moment.
Persistent rain.
Beautiful weather in Melbourne right now.
Nice and sunny yesterday.
Oh, it was beautiful. Even this morning, it wasn't looking too bad. And then about midday, just decided, no, had enough, start raining.
Definitely did enjoy the early spring weather yesterday afternoon.
Hopefully have a bit more of it in the coming days.
Fingers crossed. Sewell brings the ball again for the baseline. She passes over to Gillian and back over to Sewell. Over to Anstey.
Better movement right now from Dandenong.
To Terpo. That show goes off.
Nice
haywire.
rebound. Couldn't quite finish it off.
And Emily Sewell looking the goods at the moment since coming on. Hopefully she can sort of drive this team back into it.
Yeah, she showed good intent there. Boxed out, got the rebound, couldn't quite put the shot back, and then got called for over the back. But at least she's putting in the effort. And same with Ellie Morgan. Seeing some of these younger players come out there, work hard. It's what they need at the moment, just to kind of set that tone for the game.
Here's Burgoyne. Passes over now to Mathers.
Another wide open shot. Just couldn't quite make it count.
Good rebound there from Gilliam as we get down to our last minute of the first. Anstey. Rangers would love to cut the margin back to at least single digits.
It was a beautiful drive. Just couldn't quite finish it off, Ellie Morgan.
Here's Burgoyne going for a drive of her own. And beautiful still there from Anstey.
It was the right idea for the pass. Just no one was there. No one was home.
Teppo.
Great drive.
She'll get 2 shots for her, but she would have loved to have got that net and then go back and get that elusive third pointer.
Yeah, get the 3 points the old-fashioned way.
Yep. And cut that margin back to 9, but she can cut it back to 10 at least with 39.5 seconds to go.
It's very important that they make these count.
Teppo. Didn't mind a release from her in the first. Much better on the seconds. Looks a bit more confident there.
Brings it back to 10, which is key. You don't want it to balloon too far out.
Not at all. Good spin there from Haberfields. And again, Teppo steals it.
It was much better defense from Dandenong there.
Looking good. Layup shot is key. And right on cue, they've cut it back to 8. 23-15 with 16 seconds left. Shot clock not in effect. So the Cobras can just wear the time down. Get an offensive rebound here. Mathers can go again. And they're going to try third time lucky through Sarah Haberfields to bring that margin back to 10. And at the end of one, it is 25-15 in favour of the Kilsyth Cobras. Dandenong looked the goods in the last minute. We'll take a short break here, Elliot, and we'll come back and dissect that first quarter and get into the second quarter here on NBL1 here from Dandenong Basketball Stadium between the Rangers and the Cobras. Welcome back to the NBL here between the Rangers and the Cobras. If you've just joined us, 25-15 favour of the Cobras. Here to dissect the first quarter is my expert tonight in Elliot Jennings. Elliot.
Well, so we saw early on Kilsyth getting pretty much whatever they wanted at the basket, cutting through, beautiful passes. Dandenong's defense a little bit loose. Dandenong switched it on for that last minute and a half or so. Ellie Morgan and Emily Sewell came out there, put in a lot of pressure. But then at the very end there, they gave up a couple of offensive rebounds, an easy basket, which is a bit disappointing because they had it down to single digits. And they blew back out to 10. So
here's Teppo going for an early 3. Oh, beautiful stuff there.
Teppo really carrying them at the moment.
Oh, it was a deep 2 actually from where we were. It looked like a 3 from where we were.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was a 2, but either way, she's still providing most of that offensive punch at the moment.
Get the first 2 points there, and Nicholson can shut it out there and get the margin back out to 10, 27-17. Here's Ellie Morgan.
Dandenong showing much more intent so far in the second.
Teppo.
Beautiful drive.
Going for a bit of a run. The finish, not so much.
Good effort from Ellie Morgan, chasing down that rebound.
She needs to do that.
She's shown a lot since coming on. A lot of energy. Not quite a great pass, though.
Tried to find Planento, couldn't do so. It was Teppo. And again, the Cobras can drive. That's what they're doing. O'Donnell over to Wishar. Long range.
Ellie Morgan there boxing out Sarah Booth. One of the smallest players boxing out one of the biggest.
And Anstey, long pass over to Planento, couldn't find her in the end, and the ball goes out. Baseline ball going to the Cobras.
But Dandenong again showing much more in the second quarter.
Yep.
Better defense, more movement on offense.
Kilsyth seem to be having a bit more of a struggle getting inside.
It's more finesse coming from the Rangers in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're beating their opponents to the spot. Instead of just trying to man up in an area, they're actually beating who they want to the front. Like Ellie Morgan there on Sarah Booth. She stayed in front. She fought hard, and that's someone who's quite small against possibly the biggest person out there.
Giving up so much height too against someone like Sarah Booth out there.
Yeah, and pretty much since she's come on, Ellie Morgan has been putting in a lot of effort. She had that steal in the first quarter, attacked the basket off it, and she's shown so much so far. And hopefully that can be infectious and Dandenong can pick up off it.
O'Donnell going to the line here for 2. Good release on the first. Margin at 11. O'Donnell going again. Who hit the rim.
Good effort from Sarah Booth in the offensive rebound there.
Keeps the rebound. Keeps it alive here for the Cobras. Ball back now with Laura Nicholson. Great first quarter from her. She's going to try and add some more points. Can't do so. Planenta will stay strong there in the backcourt, and they can drive here, the Rangers. Ball's with Anstey. Here's Planenta, and that's what she wanted.
And that's what she didn't quite get in the first quarter. She's having a lot of shots where she had to force it herself. But to get something easy like that off a beautiful pass, easiest 2 points in basketball.
4th time the charm there for Colleen Planenta. And the margin out at 9. 28-19. Booth over to Wisher. Back over to Sarah Booth again. Bit more height on it.
Ellie Morgan coming over late. I think she got the foul there.
The 2 points will count, so Sarah Booth can go to the line to convert the extra. Make this a 12-point game.
The foul on Michaela Zeldrenick. She tried her best to hold her ground there, but Sarah Booth a bit too big, a bit too strong.
It's more of a smaller order for Dandenong compared to Kilsyth.
Yeah, they're a little bit undersized, but in saying that, they look a bit faster. They're not able to get out and run at the moment. Their defense is just not getting their transition points they probably need to get back in this game at this point.
Sarah Booth averaging 10.2 points per game as well so far this season.
She's almost at that now.
Terpo finds Gilliam. She'll go for deep. Can't do so.
Another rebound by Kilsyth.
They racked a lot of those up in the first quarter.
Definitely out-rebounding Dandenong at this point.
Wisher over to Nicholson. Deep 2.
Giving up another offensive rebound into Sarah Booth.
And Booth again.
And again, it's Kilsyth getting too close to the basket.
You got to stop her.
Yeah. She's getting positioned right underneath the ring. And she's pretty much doing what she wants. Dandenong have to find a way of either fronting the post or stopping her getting in there.
Terpo tried to find Anstey. Yet Wisher was there, and she'll find Booth again, and Booth with a layup shot will now drag this margin out to 16, 35-19, 6:40 left in the second. Terpo over to Planenta.
She'll be a bit disappointed in that shot, I think.
Again, she can't find the net.
Didn't need to fade away there.
What would you do if you were the Rangers coach right now? What would you say to the girls being 16 down?
I think you kind of just need to change up your coverage a little bit. No one's really boxing out. Like we just saw then, they all kind of looked at each other and looked at the ball. No one really took ownership of what's going on out there. And on offense, they showed a little bit at the end of that previous quarter and at the start of this quarter, but now they're just forcing it. Like that shot there, it went in, and I'm sure Planetta's very happy it went in, but at the same time it was forced. She spun around a lot. She had to really try and make something from nothing.
She had to work on that.
Exactly. No one's cutting past, no one's providing anything for her, no one's screening. It's very much a one and done pass at the moment. They need to find something for offense. They really need to stop Sarah Booth. She's just doing what she wants.
And she's been in space too, which is what the Rangers are giving her. They're giving her as much space as possible.
I don't know how you miss her. She's huge.
Ball with Gilliam over to Terpo.
Anstey got beautiful positioning there.
And she's drawn the foul too.
And that's what they need more of, more movement. So as they pass the ball faster, they switched sides, got to the weak side. Anstey was able to get her position, get where she wanted to go. The pass was lobbed into the spot. Gave her exactly what she needed. And that's what Dandenong need to get back in this game.
Mathers on, Booth off. So a bit of a respite there for Booth, but also a respite for hopefully the Rangers. With Booth off, they can hopefully try and claw their way back in.
Yeah, well, there's less size out there now, so it means that rebounding, if they all box out, there's no one's going to reach over the top of them and get that rebound. You know, she was easily the strongest person out there. She's pushing around whoever she needs. So, you know, it means that they should be able to hold their ground better, start getting more of what they need.
Anstey got both of those from the line too, so cut the margin back to 12. What can the Rangers do now? Kilsyth still got nothing but dominance in this game so far. Nicholson finds Wisher for 3. Good stuff there from Tepo, and she'll find Anstey in her way again through Gilliam. Can they back it up here? Short one. Goes over to McBean, and McBean can get it and cut it back to 10 points here. 25. Dandenong, Kilsyth, 35, under 5 minutes in the second quarter.
That's when Dandenong is most dangerous, is when the defense is locking in, they're getting the transition points they need. Like there, Tepo almost got another steal, and that would have been an easy 2 points. They're killing it on transition, but on defense, they're not stopping Kilsyth from doing anything they want.
Great rebound there from Anstey. He's over to Gilliam. Back over to Anstey.
Again, not much movement.
Tepo, shot clock's at 10. They're going to find out what they need to do here. And great stuff there from Tepo.
But again, they had a couple of passes, and then they decided to isolate. And Tepo is getting to the basket, but they can probably find a better option than having to drive one-on-one at the basket at this point. You know, when you're 10 points down, you need easy points. You can't just try and muscle your way through. You're just going to wear yourselves out. And Kilsyth aren't having to put too much effort on defense or on offense because they're just getting everything.
And the last 3 as well for the Rangers too when they've driven. I think 2 now they've drawn their fouls. Anstey first, now Tepo.
Tepo's had a few where she's attacked the basket and drawn the foul.
Tepo, can she get the second? She can, so she's got the margin back to 8 points.
Dandenong shooting much better from the line tonight.
Looking a bit more cleaner too in this quarter than the first. Especially with ball movement.
They're definitely clogging up the key a lot more.
Wisher to Kamak. Nicholson. Long shot there. Was off from Kamak, but picked up there from Fritters. And Emily Fritters gets her name on the score sheet finally. 37-27, 4 minutes left in the second.
But again, offensive rebounding. Dandenong need to start boxing out. They need to get those, stop Kilsyth getting the second shots. Because all they're doing is getting these easy rebounds and easy shots off them.
Planenta. Can't find it. Has no help as well either, but...
Looked a little bit of a tight call there, but obviously the referee saw something. But again, they had to go one-on-one. They're not really creating easy points. She had to work hard for that. And then the follow-up, she had to jump over somebody, get the rebound, and then get another shot up. So
Planenta. Good on the first there. She find it on the second. She can. So Planenta now off to 4 points so far, of 29 from the Rangers.
a little bit down on 38 last week, so
Just a little bit.
maybe she's got a few more in the bag in the rest of the game.
Here's Wisher, former Ranger herself. And a great block there from Isabel Anstey. She's been really good so far today, Anstey.
Yeah, she's definitely showed a lot. She's manned up very well on Sarah Booth. Hasn't quite had the strength to man up with her properly, but in saying that, on offense, she's looked really dangerous. She's got to the line a few times. She had that beautiful post-up before. She had an easy layup off it.
Planeta put her head down a little bit. Couldn't get the rebound at that point. And they could press again. Can the Rangers through Gilliam over to Planeta. Now to McBean. Here to Tepo. And the ball with Anstey, trying to jostle it with Mathers. Couldn't do so, and the Cobras win this one.
It was a bit of a lazy pass there. They could have got in there a bit faster, a bit earlier. Instead, they took their time and turned it over.
Mathers. Too easy there for the Cobras.
Yeah, Dandenong, they have these stretches where they're looking really good, and then all of a sudden they make a play like that. They're not rebounding. They're not finishing off their plays. They're playing good defense for 20 seconds out of the 24, but that last 4 is where they're letting themselves down.
Here's Gilliam. She's going to drive now into the paint. Again, just no urgency from offense there for Dandenong, and it's going to make them pay. And that's what Taylor Mathers has done. And the margin back out to 12 now with 2:31 left in the second.
Yeah, Dandenong definitely need to find out what's going to improve for them, what's going to change it up. They're not quite finishing things off at the moment.
No.
Yeah, there's
It's that lack of urgency offensively there for the Rangers so far in this game, and
They're very casual at the moment.
being too pedestrian.
But in saying that, Kilsyth are definitely, playing the game that they need to. They're getting everything they need. They're getting shots right at the basket, which, as everyone who's played basketball knows, you're never going to miss that.
No.
Unless someone, clocks you over the head. Those are 2 points every time. And on defense, they're beating Dandenong to the spot. Dandenong's being a bit too predictable. They're trying to isolate too much. There's no real ball movement. There's no ball screens. They just need to find something to mix something up. They need to find someone. Ellie Morgan so far has been the only one that's really been out there and shown urgency. Emily Sewell for a little bit there came out, showed a bit of energy. But everyone else is just too casual.
And that's the concern about the Rangers too so far in this game, is that there's no one to pick up an offensive rebound either. And you see the Cobras, they've got 2 or 3 from inside the key. And then, they've got someone picking up the rebound and going for another shot. And, if they don't do it the first time, don't do it the second time, at least on the third time, they'll get into the nets.
And the thing is, with Kilsyth crashing the boards like that on offense, it means that if Dandenong gets that, they can get their transition points. They can look up, get that nice outlet pass, and we've seen it a few times, and they have finished off the possessions. They've managed to outrun Kilsyth back up the court, and they get these easy layups. It's 3-on-2 baskets. Never going to miss those. So they just need to finish off their possessions. They're just not boxing out.
Here's Gilliam. Over to McBean. Tepo. Finds Anstey. Back over to Gilliam. Over to Anstey. She's going to go long range. Good on the clock there.
Couldn't quite finish off the rebound there, but it's good effort by Tepo.
She's tried her best there. And whistle's been
is that
called.
a technical?
Does that come from the Rangers?
Looks like he called it on the Rangers bench.
So it would be John White who's been called for that tech there.
Looks like Lauren Nicholson's going to take the shot.
And that's not what you wanted from the home side either.
No, they're struggling as it is. I don't think they need to give up 3 points. Especially with Kilsyth able to execute so easily on offense. You don't want to give them the 2 from the free throw line and possession.
And that's the one thing I've seen with a lot of coaches so far this season in the NBL1. They get frustrated, then the girls or the guys out there will also be frustrated too, and they don't know where to go from there.
But sometimes you need that from the bench just to show that they're still on board with you. They're still trying to fight for you. He might be trying to get some energy into the girls, some urgency into them. And in doing that, might have picked it up. And hopefully that flows through the girls. That they realise that, hang on, we're 14 points down with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. We kind of need to start kicking it up a bit now.
Haverfield, long pass over to Nicholson. Finds the rim, and that's about it. Good offensive there from Haverfield. Back to Nicholson. And the tag teaming has just been fantastic in the second quarter.
Offensive rebounds, and then everyone panics at it. Everyone clusters on the ball, and then leaving someone wide open the baseline. It's happened 5 or 6 times so far this game already.
Margin at 16 with 94 seconds left. Tepo going to try and go all in. She finds a net. You can see the passion in her and she's screaming, come on.
Well, she's single-handedly keeping Dandenong in touch at this point. I mean, she's had a few drives there. That one, she was blocked on the first attempt, followed it up, got the ball back, and drew the N1. So it's her urgency. She's the only one out there really, other than Ellie Morgan, that is really showing any sort of desire to win this game.
She can hopefully convert an extra as well from the line. Tepo.
Hopefully Dandenong for this last minute and a half can pick it up a little bit. Can't
do so on that end. Ball with Claire Kamak. She'll find Nicholson. And they're going to try and go close to us here. Kamak. She gets the ball back over from Moxie. That's a good long shot there, but great rebounding there from Colleen Planeta.
And that's what they need more of, that box out, get that ball out there, get a fast transition, and then we end up with like this.
And that's much better from the Rangers. That's what we're lacking so far in this game. And they're finding their way now. They can be less pedestrian in the last 45 seconds.
More urgency being shown.
That's what you need. Nicholson, Mathers. And again, good rebounding there from Emily Sewell. Gilliam's away.
We just need more offense, more movement on offense. They're all standing around.
Tepo. Going to go for a long shot here. Not a bad shot either. Sewell trying to get her hands on it, couldn't do so. This with Kamak over to Nicholson. Shot clock at 15, 16 seconds left, so about 2 seconds between the shot and the game clock in this quarter.
Kilsyth should hold for the last shot.
Nicholson going to go long range. He'll hit the rim. Chance now here. Can they go? Here we go. Going over to Gilliam. Thank you very much. She's cut it down to 10 points as we reach half-time, and that was a win-win situation for the Rangers. They needed that, and they got that. So they've cut it back to 10 points, and John White would be very happy with his girls going into half-time there.
Yeah, I mean, they clawed a 16-point difference into 10 at the half, and that's what you got to do when it's this far out this early. You just want to chip away at it. You don't want to try and get it all back in one go. You're going to tire yourself out. So take your time. Don't rush it. Just execute, chip away, and you'll be back in it later on.
Rangers not out by any means necessary. We'll take a short break and be back to do a half-time and analyse that and then get back here in the second half. It's currently Kilsyth 45, Dandenong 35. Stick with us. Welcome back here to the NBL1 action between Dandenong and Kilsyth. If you just joined us, Kilsyth 45, Dandenong 35. Elliot Jennings is my expert tonight. Elliot, what do you think of the first half so far?
I mean, it's been a game of kind of two halves, really, for each quarter. Kilsyth having their way for the first 9 minutes of each quarter, doing what they want, getting easy baskets at the paint, getting offensive rebounds. Dandenong can't stop them. Then for the last minute and a half of both quarters, Dandenong flicked the switch and pushed hard, and they've come back. So in that second quarter, down by 16 with a minute and a half to go, they've pulled it back to 10. They just need that urgency for more of the game. Just chip away slowly, get back into it.
Now, I've got some awards we're going to give out as well over the course of this game as well for the women's and the men's. So if you were to choose right now the player of the match, who would it be?
I mean, it has to be Sarah Booth. She's just dominating at both ends. She's on defense. She's locking it up in the key. No one's anywhere near the ring. On offense, she's getting right next to the basket at will. She's rebounding everything. Dandenong just have nothing to stop her with at the moment.
And John White versus Samantha Woosnam tonight. Who's winning the battle of the sidelines?
I mean, you kind of have to go with Samantha Woosnam. Dandenong haven't really mixed anything up yet. They haven't thrown anything different out there. Kilsyth threw out a bit of a press for a couple of minutes there, pulled ahead a bit, and then kind of switched it back. So they're trying some new things. Honestly, I'd say right now in the chess match out here, Miss Woosnam's definitely on top.
So we quickly go around the grounds too. A few other games are currently taking place as well as we speak. Supercats 35 over the Sabres 26, and it's all tied up between the Spectres and the Hawks. I'll be at Diamond Valley tomorrow afternoon for Diamond Valley Eagles versus another one in Spectres. So I've got a small keen eye on that one.
Yeah, and it's a very close game, so it looks like Nunawading might be having to work a bit harder tonight, which will hopefully bode well for Diamond Valley in the morning.
What can we expect from both sides as they continue to wob on court to start the second half here?
Well, I mean, really everything is about Dandenong. Kilsyth are just doing what they want. It's almost like a training drill out there. They're cutting to the basket unimpeded. They're getting the easy inbounds passes, getting whatever they want. So it's up to Dandenong now to kind of throw something different at them, switch it up, clog the key, show more effort, and box out. They've had these possessions where they've played really good defense for most of the possession. Then they're giving up a second chance at the basket, which just converts to easy shots.
As we hear a bit of Will Smith in our headsets here, 45-35 is the scoreline between the Cobras and the Rangers.
You'd definitely think that Dandenong would love to have Beck Cole out there right now.
They would. Currently overseas at the moment, competing in the 3x3 Hustle World Cup over there in England.
Missing that 32.5 points a game.
She's probably enjoying a bit more warmer weather than what we're expecting at the moment here in Melbourne, which is good for her.
A bit less rain.
Yeah. Actually, I think more rain, because I think a few games of the Cricket World Cup actually got washed out over the course of the last couple of weeks.
That's in the UK. I mean,
Yep.
They have, 2 weeks of sunshine a year?
Yep. And then when they come over here for our Australian summer, they sort of whinge a little bit.
Well, you hear about the summer over there when it gets like 23 and all of a sudden heat stroke central.
Lauren Nicholson, as we digress, taking the first points from the line for the Cobras.
Not the start Dandenong wanted.
Nope. Lauren Nicholson having a great game so far. We'll get her stats very, very shortly as well. She gets the second as well, and margin back out now to 12 points.
And it's important for Dandenong not to throw all their eggs into one basket and try and come back in one big go. They need to slowly chip away. And that was much better there from Planeta, and then the offensive rebound. So
Nicholson up to 16 points too, by the way. 16 points, 2 rebounds. Sarah Booth, 14 points, 6 rebounds for the Cobras.
Very quiet, 16 points from Lauren Nicholson.
Tepo, 10 points, 1 rebound for the Rangers. Planeta, 8 points, 8 rebounds. McBean, 4 points. Gilliam, 7 points, 2 rebounds. And Anstey with 4 points and 6 rebounds of her own.
McBean nearly had a second offensive rebound there, but Planeta came across and accidentally knocked it away. Pretty sure it's not what they planned, but it was good to see them actually fighting for it at least.
7th rebound there for Isabel Anstey. What can the girls do here? Gilliam asking Planeta to take a few steps closer to her. Smart over to Anstey. Back over to Gilliam.
Bit more ball movement now, which is much better to see for Dandenong.
McBean pushes off her player. Couldn't find the net though.
But then who was there to rebound? They just left it wide open.
Nicholson, 3-point opportunity here, going for the Cobras, coming through O'Donnell, couldn't do so.
And again, another offensive rebound. They just didn't close out on the shooter, everyone collapsed, and then no one boxed out. There's no urgency, and again, an easy cut to the basket for Sarah Booth, and no one there to defend. No one
Sarah
home.
Booth now up to 16 points, and
just making everything happen.
again, if you didn't think Sarah Booth was going to be dangerous, Lauren Nicholson's also on 16 points too.
Yeah, so I mean, Sarah Booth is a bit above her season average so far. And, you know, if she keeps going at this, she's going to be well on track for probably career high.
Planenta tried to go for 3 there. Much better from the Rangers there from Tepo.
Definitely showing some urgency attacking the ball, getting the rebound.
Couldn't find a net in the end. Rebound there from Clara Risha. Nicholson. The foul's been called.
And that was because they came up defended Sarah Booth way too late. She had a position, they had to recover late, and then just chopped the arm. So
Them giving Nicholson a bit of a word up there.
Dandenong looking much more dangerous on the transition, but they're just not able to get there because their defense is just kind of a bit of a step too slow.
Ball with Nicholson. Pushes off Tepo. Can't find it. Sarah Booth going to use her frame. Can't do so, and Tepo's away.
And this is what they need, just to attack that basket.
Planenta, much better from the girls. Anstey.
Did she call bank?
That's 3 points for Anstey.
Did she call the bank on that one?
I think so.
Have to say the bank is open.
I'll pay that. That's Dandenong's first 3 of this game too. Comes to the 16-year-old Isabel Anstey. Good confidence for the young one.
Yeah, she's had a pretty good game so far. Matched up against Sarah Booth, who's just bigger and stronger. As shown right there. I mean, sealing that out. Too long in the key.
Too long in the key there for Sarah Booth, which pays a little bit of dividends there for the Cobras, because I think Anstey was probably a little bit happier for the fact, and they're now just having a little converse as well on court.
Yeah, a bit of a bailout there because Anstey was a bit cooked there.
She was.
Let Sarah Booth get basket side, and it's not what you want.
One thing about Isabel Anstey too is that she's just as tall as her old man. If not, she's going to be probably a lot taller as she continues to grow.
There's still a lot more development to go in her, but she's
Absolutely.
definitely looking like a really good player out there. I mean, matching up against Sarah Booth, who's just so big and so strong, and she's kind of holding her own, even while being a bit shorter. So
Great experience for her too.
exactly. I mean, a lot of these Dandenong girls are a lot younger. Quite a few youth league players out there, so it's good experience for them. Good to get out there and mix it up with more experience, bigger bodies.
Tepo over to Planenta, and foul's being called. And so it will be Planenta going to the line there, which had to double check that. Clara Wisher, a little bit aggressive there on that
Over the
defensive
back.
foul.
It was very close, but she's just a little bit too much hand on that ball.
And Planenta was asking for it too. She's up to 9 points now. Colleen Planenta. And she can be the first one going into double digits for the Rangers in this one. Second, sorry.
Tepo is out there working really hard.
Yep. Forgot the Tepo's also in the double digits, and that's much better from the girls.
But then Kilsyth also pressuring up the court. It's something we haven't seen Dandenong try yet. And it might be time that they do throw out some full court action out there.
Gilliam going from space to space, can't do so. And you've seen a rebound again from the Cobras. They're putting an extra person back there as well.
But also they double team the drive because no one else is doing anything. And then because of that, they had 3 people going for a rebound against the point guard for Dandenong. So Dandenong really needs to start showing more urgency out there, because if they let this keep at the distance it is at now, it's only 9 points. But if it stays at 9 points about the three-quarter time, this is going to be hard to come back from.
Here's Gilliam. Finds McBean. Here's Planenta. Colleen Planenta finds the net, and that's much better from her.
Exactly. It's exactly what they need, some easy points. They haven't had many, but when they do get them, they're going to make them count.
Chopped it back now to 7 points, 49-42, 5:50 left in the third. They're not giving the Cobras much space, except for that little bit there, and been unlucky.
Yeah, they defended so well for so long, and
They
then just
did.
one miss on the rotation, and bit of an easy layup there. So they just need to finish off these possessions. They're doing well, mostly. They just need to finish everything off. Looking a lot better offensively this quarter.
Planenta finds Tepo.
Tried to spend it before she caught it.
Bit too much on power on that ball. Over to Claire Kamak. She passes back over to Wisher. To Booth. And again, Cobras
Much
lose
better
the ball.
D that time.
That was from Planenta too.
Yeah, she got in front, beat her opponent to the spot, and had that hand up there. It's more what they need more of.
It's good now. Gilliam's got a bit more space, got a bit more time, and a few more bodies she can try and hopefully find as well, instead of going all on their own.
But again, they're having to try and force things that aren't really there. They're not getting to the basket. They've had a few beautiful drives. When they move the ball, they're looking a lot better, but then they just keep going back to this where they make a couple of passes, then everyone kind of stands around and they try and isolate. So again, they need to just try and find these easier shots a bit more often.
Tepo. She's had a really good game for the Rangers.
Definitely stepping up in the absence of Bet Cole.
She's up to 12. Quick sub.
Yeah, the Rangers definitely missing a few players though, so Amy Clydesdale as well is out.
Tepo comes off for a breather and Ellie Morgan comes back on. Stothard to Nicholson. To Wisher, back to Stothard.
Bit of an unlucky bounce on the head there.
Should say Kamak, sorry. To Mathers. Mathers keeps her ball there and Anstey, by a little bit more, too much contact there from Isabel Anstey.
No, it's just out of court. So Planeta had the first block, Anstey followed up, smacked it out of court. Beautiful D. But they're lucky that Kilsyth just can't quite finish them outside at the moment.
No, they can't. Nicholson missed with the 3 there.
Another offensive rebound.
Clara Wisher again finding the back end of that rebound and finds nothing but net. And that's been the tell for the Cobras tonight. They'll miss the first shot, but yeah, they'll get an offensive rebound. They'll find next to net one.
Yeah, Dandenong just spent a bit too much time ball watching on the rebound there.
Gilliam was in a little bit of spot of bother there. Keeps the ball in and
she picked up the dribble and was being harassed by Nicholson. So.
And Kamak is away now, and she finds Nicholson. Back over now to Wisher. But McBean picks up that rebound, and they're away again through Gilliam.
McBean's had quite a few rebounds this quarter so far.
She stepped up her game too, which is good. Shot clock at 12. Gilliam's got a bit more time. Been under pressure, the Rangers. Anstey.
Nice drive, just had no left hand. She needed to use that left a bit to stop Sarah Booth from just getting an easy block on that.
Looks like Wisher also chopped her out there a little bit. Nicholson. Can't get through one of the 3.
There's a lot of contact there. It was late whistle, but 2 shots coming up.
I think that came from Ellie Morgan, that foul there.
A little bit too overzealous, but she's definitely been out there showing something.
She has. Tepo back in, Sewell back in. McBean and Anstey both going to take a breather here.
But definitely earned it.
Absolutely. It's Nicholson. Drags the margin back out to 10 again. That's the good thing about this game too, is that the margin's between maybe 7 and 12 for the entire game.
Yeah, so it shows that Dandenong haven't been blown out, but they just need to find whatever it is that's stopping them from just closing that gap too much.
Planenta to Sewell, to Tepo. She's going to try and go for a deep shot here. Couldn't find so. Sewell's trying to get the offensive rebound there. And again, just too many red shirts. They can go for a drive here. Can the Cobras through Nicholson?
Bit lucky there that Nicholson missed the layup.
Nice layup with the left hand though. Gilliam. Asking for a bit more assistance. Over to Tepo.
Sarah Booth is being a bit overzealous trying to defend Planeta attacking the basket.
It's a second personal foul and 4th team foul as well, so they're in the bonus now after this one, the Rangers.
And that might be something they want to exploit going into this because so far they've looked pretty good from the free throw line. After last week only shooting 61%, this week they've probably missed 1 or 2. And it's where they found most of their easy points.
Yeah, and that's the one thing now the Rangers will probably look at in particular is that with them being in the bonus, they can try and get hopefully maybe a few more free throws from the line, which
Exactly.
can try and maybe cut this margin even more.
Well, we've seen Tepo attack the basket quite a lot. Gilliam attack the basket. Tepo's gone to the free throw line quite a few times. So, you just keep attacking the basket, keep drawing those fouls, start putting more pressure on Kilsyth because they've got to find a way to kind of break this deadlock where it's sitting at about 10 points. So,
And the good thing about the Rangers is they're not dead and buried just yet. We've spoken about a little bit of heart that's come out since the first quarter. Done much better in the second. I think they've even done better in the thirds.
They have. They've been ending quarters really well. I mean, for the first half, if you watched it, you probably would have been surprised it's only 10 points. Kilsyth have been just playing that much better. But it's the way they finish off the quarters. They claw it back, they bring it back. I mean, there's 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Hopefully they can do the same thing here.
So we get through this timeout here. Rangers now in the bonus for the rest of this third. Got 2:33 left of it too. We do Elliott's. 54-44. Rangers were down by as much as 16 early in the seconds. But since then, haven't broken the 10-point deadlock, which has been the tale of this game. Skilling to bring it back in from the sideline.
But in saying that, you know, they're still trying hard to find these easy shots. They're not getting many of them. They're having to force drives like that. It was a beautiful rebound though by Planeta. It's one of the first offensive rebounds we've seen. But again, she rushed the shot, had her fadeaway, when she probably could have just pulled up and taken a much easier shot.
Wisher. Over to Booth. Nicholson. Play goes down. It was Ellie Morgan. Gets back up quickly. Shot clock now 10 seconds. Good bounce pass there. Here's Booth. And Booth will find the nets.
Again, too easy. They're over committing on that. Gave her a nice little spin to the basket. No pressure in front of her.
I think Gilliam was just out too.
Nicholson
foul's
got
been
called for
called
the-
actually.
Yeah, a bit too aggressive on the defense. They're trying to pressure up the court. It's worked well most of the quarter, but unfortunately that's their 5th foul, so it's 2 shots.
Good thing for Taylor Gilliam is she can go to line now for 2. Advantage of being in the bonus.
Yeah, Dandenong need to make these count though. They need to take advantage from the line.
Good on the first there from Gilliam.
Not often you hear a referee say that.
Normally have disputes with JB in regards to where the referees normally stand, especially with the free throw.
Well, I mean, that was what in the VFL last week in the footy. They paid a mark to a handball, so occasionally they do make mistakes, and it's nice when they own up to it.
We're all human at the end of the day.
Exactly, we all make mistakes.
We do indeed. Kamak over to Nicholson. Heading to the last 97 seconds of his third.
And this is where Dandenong have typically been turning it on.
Mathers gets the easy net there and puts it back out to 12. And I'd say a pass mark would be if they can get it down to at least by 6 at the end of 3.
Oh, they just need single digits at this point.
Yep.
That's all they need. Single digits in a quarter is easy. If one team can pull away that far, the other team can bring it back. So, you know, 9 points is only 3 3-pointers away. That's not a big deal. They can definitely do it. They've hit some shots tonight. They just need to find the easier shots. They need to find a way to make their offense flow more easily. And defensively, stop this. Stop giving open shots.
Too easy there from Rebecca O'Donnell.
A lot of
Marching out
contact in the
14.
middle, though. Bit of pushing going on in the center there.
They've hit 60 now, the Cobras. Zeldenrick. Bit of interest on the 3-pointer. And another turnover for the Rangers and another rebound.
So they go quickly, it's a 2 for 1. Say more contact.
Foul being called. It's going to go to the line to
4th team foul.
14 foul. So almost in the bonus. They are here in this last 30 seconds. Long shot there from the Cobras, couldn't do so.
But again, the Cobras back in there pushing for the offensive rebound. Dandenong just not boxing out properly.
Here's Gilliam. She can turn it on when she needs to.
Yep, she was trying to attack the basket. Probably should have slowed it down, gone for the last shot, which I'm sure Kilsyth will do now.
Nicholson.
It's 2 shots.
And that's the beauty of being in the bonus now for Kilsyth, is that they can slam 2 more on with 11 seconds to go and cut this or turn this margin out into a 16-point lead.
But at least for Dandenong, they get their last shot. So if both of these go in, they still have a chance to cut it back a little bit closer. Still, 14 points is not quite where they'd want to be at this point.
Not at this point. Easy on the first there, Lauren Nicholson. 61-46 with 11 seconds to go. Khan on the second, Sewell. Lucky enough, didn't have last hands on that one.
Kilsyth pressuring up the court.
We had last hand on that one, and they've got to drive now, the Rangers. They need something. Morgan tried to find Zeldin, couldn't do so. Mathers.
A bit too slow on the shot.
And they're going to wave that one off. So
very lucky for Dandenong there. If that had gone in, it would be in a bit of a hole.
61-46 at the end of 3. We'll be back very, very shortly with the last quarter here at Dandenong Basketball Stadium. And as we turn for home here at Dandenong Basketball Stadium, the Cobras have a very commanding 15-point lead, 61-46 over Dandenong. Here to give us his third quarter analysis of that one is my expert tonight in Elliot Jennings.
Well, so Dandenong for that whole third quarter looked really good. They just weren't able to finish off executing the last minute and a half where they looked really strong in the first half of each quarter. They kind of struggled. They let a single-digit deficit group out to, is it 15 now?
Yep.
Well, lucky it wasn't 17 because Kilsyth had a shot at the buzzer there, just held on a little bit too long. So that would have been, a lot closer. And right now it's looking like it's a bit of a hole that you might not be able to dig yourself out of. They have to start really strong. They've got to throw everything they've got out there. They can't take it easy. They can't take a back step.
It'll be Zeldin to bring it back in for the Rangers. Kicks up this fourth. We got 10 minutes left. What can the Rangers produce in this last?
They need a lot more urgency.
Was that urgency enough for you?
That was. Shame it didn't quite go down.
Fritters.
But it was a beautiful shot, wide open.
On the rebound.
But then this is not what they want.
No. And Booth again. Speed, poise, in a bit of space.
Too much strength, too big. And yeah, they just, you got to wonder where the defense was because they let an open shot go, they let an open rebound go. So what were they all doing?
Morgan, adventurous, trying to go for a three-pointer there and couldn't do so. And getting the Cobras.
At least we saw people trying to crash the boards. That's key.
Not when you're 17 points down.
No, but at least they're trying now.
Yep. And Booth, again, puts more 2 points in the back of the net there. And it's now 19 points in favour of the Reds.
It's hard to see Dandenong coming back from this. They haven't quite had 19 points in the quarter yet, so I don't know if they can come back from 19 down.
Morgan had the shot clock to deal with. Ball's with O'Donnell. Over now to Kamak. Back over to O'Donnell. To Fritters. And Booth again.
Too big.
Heights is the advantage with Sarah Booth.
Well, as a wise man once said, you can't teach height.
You can't. And this is probably where John White will probably bring Isabel Anstey, who's staying up right now. So once another dead ball in play, she'll be coming back out on court to hopefully shut down Sarah Booth in the last 8 minutes of this game.
But Ashley McBean's had a few good offensive rebounds tonight.
She has.
And probably the only one from Dandenong that's really crashing the boards strongly.
Nicholson.
Again, too easy.
Margin now up to 23, 69-46, 8:06 left in the fourth. Gilliam to Zeldenrick, back to Gilliam. Zeldenrick. She's got a bit on Sarah Booth.
It's a bit too easy there.
She made a meal out of Michaela Zeldenrick there.
Yeah, she put Zeldenrick into a phone booth.
Yep. The offensive foul's being called. Still off. And here's Anstey on. So Anstey now can hopefully shut down Boo for the last 7 minutes and 49 seconds of this game.
Yeah, it's a bit too late. All they can hope for now is to kind of just get it close, try something new, see if something will work for the next game.
Dandenong underman without the likes of Clydesdale not here. Beck Cole not playing. Badijevic not playing either.
But some of the younger players are showing things. Like, I mean, Ellie Morgan's been out there showing a lot of energy out there, attacking hard. You know, Gilliam.
Tepo's played well.
Yep. Anstey.
Yeah, Anstey's been played really well.
I mean, she's undersized against Sarah Booth, but she's holding her own mostly. You know, she's just having a few moments where she's just not quite holding it.
And again, Gilliam. You can see the frustration on the face of Taylor Gilliam.
Yeah, she's been trying hard all night.
She has.
Along with Tepo.
Luckily it was last touch Cobras. Ranges from the baseline. To Zeldinrick. Over to Anstey. Scored the only three-pointer for the Rangers.
It's an interesting shot with 8 seconds left on the clock.
She was hoping that Ellie Morgan could dive in to grab that ball.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an Elliott pass. Don't want to claim it as a shot. No one inbounding here for the Kilsyth? No one to inbound too either?
Nope.
Sometimes that's what happens though in these sort of games. You get so far ahead, you kind of just switch off a little bit.
Yep.
A bit of cruise control. Make sure no one gets injured for the next game. Especially in the run to finals, you don't want one of your key players getting injured in a meaningless sort of game like this one's turning out to be.
Not at all. Nicholson. Shot clock at 3. Nicholson will beat it. Booth will tap it.
And again, no boxing out.
Nope. Nicholson made that look way too easy there, that three-pointer.
Yeah, sometimes that's what happens on an offensive rebound though, is the defense collapses, they leave people wide open because they're not ready for the ball to go back to them. That's what the case there was for Nicholson.
Gilliam tried to find Anstey, but yet again, Booth, like a brick wall, just couldn't get past it.
Yeah, Dandenong just have had a lot of problems with Sarah Booth tonight.
O'Donnell, long shot there, and beautiful shot there from Claire Kamak.
They hadn't been shooting well from 3 all night, and all of a sudden it's 2 in a row, and it's really just kind of hammering in the final nails.
27 points the margin now, 75-48, 6:07 left in the fourth. Not much John White can do in the coaching staff at this point in time. Down by 27 with 6 minutes left in this game. So the Kilsyth will win this one, but the Dandenong now, they just need to be very brave in this last 6 minutes and try and cut the margin down as much as they can.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's 2 schools of thought here. You can either, try some new things, try some different offenses, try different players. Some players who might have been buried on the bench most of the season, give them a bit of a run, see what they've got. But also, instead of that, you could also try and just protect your players a little bit. You don't want some of these players, especially your depth players, getting injured. They're already missing Clydesdale and Beck Cole and how do you say that? Fadjevic?
Badijevic.
That's the one. So you don't, with the 3 players already out, you don't want to be missing any more through injury, especially, they came into this game 5th place, or 5th place. They might slip a little bit because of this, but you don't want to fall too much further down.
Next week, Dandenong travel over to Waverley for the Waverley Basketball Centre, so that should be a good match between the Falcons and the Rangers.
Will be very good.
Falcons aren't going too bad. They're mid-table at the moment so far in the women's, and they're just outside playoffs as well in the men's.
Yeah, former teammate of mine as a junior playing for the Waverley men's, Chris Arkell, so keep an eye on that one.
He's had a good season so far. Saw him in depth last week against Diamond Valley.
Yep. Very big, good shooter.
Play resets here.
See how Dandenong finishes off the last 6 minutes of this game.
Zeldinrick put the ball back into Gilliam. Tepo.
It's interesting that both sides are still running it there with their starters. No one's really trying to take a back step here.
Anstey. Tepo, a bit too much there, and almost ball making its voice known for the first time tonight on the coverage.
Wanted to say a bit of a hello.
Yep. And they're going to continue to drive here, the Cobras. They'll probably take a little bit more time. Kamak. Over to Booth. Long range pass. And again, from deep.
A long 2 this time.
Came from Rebecca O'Donnell.
But yeah, Dandenong just helping too much off the weak side and not recovering quickly enough.
Tepo to Gilliam. Over now to McBean. She's been good tonight.
Definitely been quite energetic on the boards.
I just love the setup, though, the Cobras do from defence.
Yeah, they're looking to make their moves initially, like straight away. Dandenong, they're taking their time. They're a bit slow. It could be that they're missing their key players and it's throwing their offense a little bit because people are having to do things they're not used to doing. Whereas Kilsyth, they know what they want. They're getting straight into it. They're no mucking around. They get their rebound. They start pushing. Everyone starts cutting where they need to. They get to their spots. But yeah, Dandenong looking a little bit lost a bit occasionally.
Gilliam found Terpo in the end. Thought Kamak was going to cut her off. Couldn't do so. Terpo. She's been good.
Looking a lot
McBean
better. Just need to find that next pass. Which they do.
to Gilliam. Long range. And finally she finds nets.
And that's what they've been looking for all night. Just that easy shot. Some beautiful ball movement. A lot of screens. And they find the open shooter. So a bit more of that and they can get it back behind 20.
Be good for the team if they can get
Bit of
down
morale,
from
bit of
20.
confidence.
Yep. Especially heading to Waverley next week. Oh, good steal there from Terpo. She can go all the way here. Coast to coast. Layup. 2 points. Thank you very much.
It's been a very bright light there for Dandenong Terpo.
Love watching her play too tonight. I have Elliot.
A lot of energy, she's been very exciting to watch, attacking the basket, constant movement. She's been one of the few out there, along with Ellie Morgan as well. Emily Sewell.
Yep.
Isabel Anstey. A few of the younger players looking really good. They've got a bright future, Dandenong.
They do. Here's the person you spoke of as well on the sideline. McBean about to bring the ball back in for the Rangers. And timeout's been called. So we're going to reset now for the last 4 minutes. It's 24 points, I should say, in this one.
24 seconds on the shot clock as well.
Yep.
A few 24s out there.
Do you want to mention the fouls as well? Count at the moment. I think it's 1-0.
Yeah, it's like a soccer scoreline out there.
Yep.
But speaking of other 24s, we've also got Isabel Anstey. A lot of numbers out there.
Don't think anyone's on 24 points just yet. I think Sarah Bruce maybe close.
Should be close. Nicholson as well, maybe.
Yep. Oh, beautiful stuff. And make sure you stick around as well because we've got the men's tipping off from 7 p.m. tonight. Which that should be a
big one.
Close encounter between the men's. I'm looking at maybe potentially these two. They will probably maybe meet each other come playoffs time. That's for sure.
I mean, you got Dandenong at 8th and Kilsyth at 4th. Kilsyth with a lot of NBL players and ex-NBL players, so...
Must-win game for the Rangers as well to sort of tie and stranglehold in the 8 as well.
Yeah, just, put that space between them and everyone following them, so try and solidify that spot.
I know Waverley, Diamond Valley, a couple of teams, Centre of Excellence too. Another team as well, they're vying for that 8th and final playoff spot. I know 8's going to be really tight. But if the Rangers can maybe sew this up tonight here.
Yeah, it'd be good for them, but it's going to be a tough task. I mean, you've got the likes of Peter Hooley, Owen Otoji, Toei Smith-Milner, Felix Van Hoff, all these guys with NBL experience. It's going to be very tough for Dandenong, so we'll see how they go.
Here's Gilliam. Good bounce pass there from Zeldonrick to Anstey.
Beautiful move from Anstey. Sarah Bruce just a little bit too reachy there. Got beaten to the spot.
2 overzealous there from the centre for Kilsyth. Exactly where Isabel Anstey wanted to draw this foul.
They look good from the line tonight, Dandenong.
March cut back to 23.
I mean, if they hadn't been if they'd been shooting like they were last week, this would be a bit of a blowout, more so than it is at the moment.
Couldn't on the second. Here's Kamak. So we get down to the last 3.5 minutes of this game. Mathers to Nicholson, long pass over to Claire Kamak. We'll find Nicholson again. Hits the rim.
Bit of a kick ball there that wasn't called. Interesting.
Gilliam for the Rangers. Goes back a bit. Finds McBean. Finds Anstey. Anstey could have got 4 points in a minute for her.
Beautiful effort there on the rebound. And that's what they've been missing all night. That person just crashed the boards.
And Gilliam pays dividends because she gets herself a three-pointer as well. Very late three-pointer with under 3 minutes to go.
Zeldonrick, one of their smaller players out there, crashing the offensive glass. I mean, that's what they've needed all night. It's a shame it's come when it's 20 points the difference at 3 minutes to go.
Booth. Missed this time.
Very rare miss for her tonight.
She's been on.
As they say in the footy, got a bit of leather poisoning out there.
Yep. Bean unfortunately couldn't keep her grips to the ball there and had the last touch. Ball will be brought back in from Taylor Mathers. Last 2.5 minutes of this one. And they've done well, the Rangers. Margin was at 29, it's now at 20.
I'm sure they'd be aiming to get it back to 15 if they can in that last 2 minutes.
It's been a tell of their game as well, Elliot, as well. What they've done is that when they've been out by 16 or 20 or 29, they've managed to claw back very, very late.
They have. I mean, the younger players are showing a lot of urgency. Like you can see there, Ellie Morgan closing out on 3 different people because, you know, she's had to. No one else was there. She's run at them. She's running them off, making them pass it. And that's what they've needed all night.
Oh, Gilliam, she's been on fire the last minute and a half.
She has. She's had a very strong game. I mean, her and Tepo have probably been their best players all night.
2 to add to a couple of threes. Oh, good block there from Anstey on Mathers. And the Rangers again are away. Anstey.
Shades of her old man. Good shooter at that size.
Rebound there from O'Donnell. Finds Carmack. She's going to long range here and she finds the net. Beautiful stuff there from Claire Carmack.
Bit too easy, bit too much space in the shot.
Puts the margin back up to 21, 80 to 59 with 1:20 left in the game. Gilliam loses sight, loses line of the ball. They can go away, but Tepo, bit more speed on her.
And Dandenong looked a lot faster all night. They just haven't been able to use it. They've just been bottled up, had no chance to really attack. They've been stuck in the half court. It's just not where they've been playing their best basketball tonight.
Tepo could have gotten the 2 points, ripped the reward there, couldn't do so. She's kept Sarah Haberfield, her opponent, very, very quiet tonight. Haberfield's only been on for about 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And Tepo's shut her down quite a bit, so small win there for Tepo and the Rangers.
Definitely. I mean, she's definitely showing something. She's quite young, so she's got a long way to go, but she's definitely showing some positive signs tonight.
45 seconds left in this game now. Margin at 21. Gilliam to McBean to Anstey. Finding Morgan. Morgan going to try and go in late here. Couldn't do so. Tap at the back of the head, I think Anstey gave to Rebecca O'Donnell.
Just a bit of a hi, how you doing?
Yep.
Just let you know that we're there. Kilsyth is still showing a lot of urgency, which is it's good to see. They're obviously trying to keep the momentum rolling to next week.
Good shot there from Anstey. Cuts the margin again back to 19. Booth. Carmack again going for a 3. Can't do so.
Another offensive rebound though.
And they've racked a lot of those up tonight. 3-point opportunity here. Can't do so. Anstey's going to try and get her hands on the ball.
Contact on the rebound. Oh, tapped it right back to Booth.
That should have been Booth's bread and butter there. Couldn't do so.
Oh yeah, they're just giving her everything that she wants, and it was a bit of a disappointing game for Dandenong in the end there. They had some very bright moments, and they definitely showed they could hang around, but just weren't able to put it together consistently.
And we reached full time here, and congratulations to the Kilsyth Cobras on a great victory. They win 80 points to 61 against the Dandenong Rangers here at Dandenong Basketball Stadium. What do you think of the match overall, Elliot, really quickly before we reset for the men's game?
I mean, it was a tale of 2 halves each quarter. I mean, for the first half, Kilsyth were dominant, and then for the last minute or so, Dandenong were able to pull back a little bit. They just weren't able to do it consistently, and yeah, I mean, Kilsyth were just the bigger, stronger, more experienced team in the end.
Player of the match?
Sarah Booth, easy. Not even just statistically, just out there, just the aura, the gravity that she had out there. Top by far.
Samantha Rusnam winning the battle of the sidelines tonight.
Definitely. Every time something went different, she switched it up. They saw it in the third quarter there. The end of the third quarter, Dandenong weren't able to go on that little run. Kilsyth were able to hold on and push it out a little bit further. So,
well, we're going to reset a bit before we come back on the NBL1 YouTube channel for the men's clash between Dandenong Rangers and the Kilsyth Cobras, where the women's match finishes. Kilsyth winning 80 points to 61 over the Dandenong Rangers. Stick with us as we return very shortly from the Dandenong Basketball Stadium here for more NBL1 action.